Hello guys and welcome to another interesting episode of Madrid My DNA, the home of everything Madridistas, as we discuss you through Real Madrid's latest and important update. Kickstarting with today's agenda, reports claim Kylian Mbappe has given the green light to Real Madrid move in the summer. We are going to be discussing you through that on this episode as we move forward. And shortly after that, we will quickly turn our attention to the next agenda as Real Madrid defender Antonio Rudiger could return against Sevilla next week, according to the latest report. We are going to be discussing you through that on this episode as we move forward, so please stay tuned right up to the end. Do not forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notification bell so you do not miss on our next update. The biggest outlets in the world today broke the absolute bombshell of the news, claiming that Kylian Mbappe is finally ready to leave Paris Saint-Germain at the end of the season once his contract clocks up, and has already communicated the same to the club officials. Real Madrid have been confident about signing Mbappe all season, with previous reports claiming that Florentino Perez and co. believe that this is the final year the Frenchman arrives at the Santiago Bernabeu. And if the decision to leave Paris Saint-Germain at the end of the season was not enough implication, fresh news from L'Equipe suggests that Mbappe has given his green light to the move to Real Madrid on a Bosman move. Mbappe has always been a Madrid fan growing up and has idolized Cristiano Ronaldo, who is famously the top scorer with the Los Blancos. He has already told Madrid officials that he wants to achieve his dream. Ben Jacobs has suggested that Madrid are obviously not ready to pay Mbappe the same salary he was earning at Paris Saint-Germain. But should they choose to accept their proposal, he will be the highest earner in the squad by some distance, and probably even Europe. Further, they are also ready to table a 120 to 130 million euros to sign him as a signing bonus, while also giving him a major percentage of his image rights. All these combined will bring the overall finances close to what Paris Saint-Germain were paying him. All said and done, Mbappe is here to sign any pre-agreement with Real Madrid. He will inform Nasser Al-Khelaifi before committing to any club, and while that happens, the two parties will be looking to finalize the terms of his exit after 7 years at the Paris-based club. Having discussed and concluded with that, we are going to quickly turn our attention to the next agenda as Real Madrid defender Antonio Rudiger could return against Sevilla next week after being sidelined for an injury he picked up in training. The kind of season Real Madrid are having hardly conveys the idea that they are going through a relentless injury crisis. They lead La Liga, with their rivals Girona recently being manhandled in a brutal 4-0 defeat, while they also emerged victorious in the Spanish Super Cup earlier this year by beating Barcelona in the final by a huge scoreline of 4-1. Still, with the amount of depletions they suffer in defense, it is clear that the Merengues are being held back from operating at their full potentials. The fact is Real Madrid have been grinding out victories with the makeshift backline in recent weeks and could be poised for even greater success if they had a fully fit roster. Now, with RS reporting that Antonio Rudiger could be back for the game against Sevilla next week, Real Madrid have been handed a major boost. After suffering a blow to his tie against Getafe, which forced him to come off the pitch, Rudiger ended up missing the game against Atletico Madrid, Girona and RB Leipzig. Understand that after the injury he sustained against Getafe, he was declared fine the following day, but later in training he was again declared injured, which has led him to miss these three important fixtures we earlier mentioned, which are Atletico Madrid, Girona and RB Leipzig in the UEFA Champions League round of 16 first leg. The former Chelsea man was closing in on a return against Girona after being named in the squad, but was once again ruled out with a thigh injury. Rudiger's absence forced coach Carlo Ancelotti to get into a creative mind, with the likes of Carvajal and Aurelien Tchouameni being entrusted to take up his absence as the central defender. While they held their own well as the defensive pairing, Rudiger's return being in sight signals great relief. The German international is not expected to make it in time for the clash against Rayo Vallecano, which will be played this Sunday. A very crucial match for Real Madrid to extend their lead from rivals Girona, who are currently 5 points behind them, and FC Barcelona, currently 10 points behind them. Understand that in fourth position in La Liga is Atletico Madrid, who are a whopping 13 points behind the leaders Real Madrid. But a week later against Sevilla, the report suggests that Rudiger's inclusion will be plausible, with Rudiger eventually coming back into the squad means he is going to take up the defensive midfield role from Eduardo Camavinga, with a centre-back pairing of Rudiger and Nacho, considering the Spaniard is fit. So having discussed and concluded with that, we have come to the end of today's interesting episode. Thanks for following us right up to the end. See you next time. Do not forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notification bells so you do not miss on our next update. Hala Madrid to us all.